Guys, welcome back to my vlog. I know I said that I was going to do better. I am fully aware, but I must say that was a dream and that was something I was aspiring to do, and life happens. So I'm not going to think about the past. We are here in the present and we are back on YouTube. This year has been absolutely crazy. This 2026 year, it's just been nuts. In the best way possible. I've been having so much fun. So because I haven't been on this app really filming and vlogging, I thought I would start this vlog off with a little bit of a recap. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's take it all the way back. January 2026. So I actually skipped the Australian Open this year for the first time in, I want to say 3 years. And this is a hot take, but the Australian Open is actually my least favorite slam. And I say that not because of the tournament. I think the tournament's incredible. The food is great. The weather's good. Like, it's a good vibe at the actual tournament, but because you have to go for essentially an entire month to make it worthwhile, I do get very homesick and I don't really know anyone in Australia. So I don't know. I just feel like of all the slams to miss, that was the one that I was going to do. So anyways, I stayed home and love you. Why have your sunnies on? Let me see this outfit. Wait a second, fit check.
Fit check, you know what I mean? All Lulu, everything number one, you know what I'm saying? Black Lulu tee, you know what I'm saying? Black and gray cheetah print, you know what I mean? Little Lulu socks, little Lulu running shoes, little K-Swiss, you know what I'm saying?
What are the sunnies?
Sunnies, Ray-Bans, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and what's the chain?
Chain, David Yurman. David Yurman, we about to do a deal, baby. What we doing?
Have fun at practice.
What?
Love you. Back to my story. While I was in the States during the Australian Open, I shot with my absolute dream. Well, not my absolute. I'm not even going to put that out there. But one of my dream brands, which was Victoria's Secret, and I shot for their Valentine's Day collection, which was incredible. But at the same time, it was also a little bit difficult because I wanted to be quintessential Victoria's Secret and sexy and fun. But my mom and my dad follow me on Instagram. Kids follow me on Instagram. I also have a man. So it's like you have a fine line of how far you can push it. So I was just like teetering that line a little bit. So I felt a little bit uncomfortable posting them, but at the same time, it was a milestone moment for me, so I was really happy about it. I also used that time to meet with a lot of different designers and brands. I think it's really important as a content creator to make sure that you're fostering relationships because I don't like when it's just, here's the brand deal, here's the brief, go execute it, and then peace out. Like, I like to really understand what the brand is about and who's owns it and their history and their story. So I tried to make the most of that time off that I had. And then once Australian Open finished, Francis came back to the States. We got to celebrate his birthday. And then directly after that, we took our first brand trip together, which was, guys, it was so much fun. We went to Sonoma with Cadillac and they curated the most incredible group of people. One thing I will say is when I go on brand trips, especially when I go alone, it's a little, I don't know, I usually enjoy myself because I like to just mix and mingle and try all the different experiences that the brands provide. But I must say, going on a brand trip with your significant other, and Francis in particular, is like a peak experience because he is so energetic and fun and loving, but he also is really good at bringing different types of people together. He just gets in a room. Look, I need to stop talking like this because everyone's going to think I'm a simp, but he just gets in a room and just lights it up and he really just makes everyone feel so comfortable. So by the end of the trip, we were all BFFs and we were all, I don't know if I can say this. I'm going to say it. It was a winery. We're all up. That was the most fun I've ever had on a brand trip ever in my life. After the brand trip in Sonoma, I stayed in Northern California, and I went to the Super Bowl weekend in San Francisco. Some of the key moments were the Thom Browne fashion show, which was so incredible. Thom Browne is one of my favorite brands. I've worked with them a few times in the past. This was really special because this was the first time that Thom Browne had a runway show outside of New York or Paris. And then I also worked a little bit with Abercrombie & Fitch. They are the new official clothing and merchandise sponsor of the NFL. They just had that new 2-year partnership. So they launched a new collection, and it was so refreshing because obviously the collection was really good, but they incorporated the men and their significant others in the show. So it was really cute. You would see like the player come out and then their girlfriend or their wife come out with them because it was a men's and women's collection. I don't know, I was eating it up. And then I flew out the next morning. I was going to New York to shoot a piece for Essence magazine. We were doing like a get ready with me piece for New York Fashion Week, and I was attending the Tory Burch show. I love working with Essence. They are one of the first publications to showcase me and allow me to speak my truth on their platform. And they always show a huge interest in supporting Ayan's Aces. So anytime that they want to partner on something or do something, I am always down. So I shot that, and it was like a crazy, I would say, 3 weeks. So I was so happy that there was a tennis tournament in Delray because I wanted to go home. Everything was starting off really well this year. Like everything was hitting its mark until the day from hell. It's allergy season. So after I was in Florida for a little while, it was time to go to California. I had a photo shoot, and then it was the Indian Wells tennis tournament. So the shoot was on a Friday. So I said to myself, okay, let me fly in on Thursday and get my hair done. I've gone to the salon a few times to get wig installs, and everything's been great. But this time I wanted a little bit more flexibility. Also, I had been spending like, I'm gonna say 2 years really focusing on my hair health. I've been oiling it, I've been getting the cuts, I've been getting the treatments, and it was kind of getting back to a good spot. And it's so interesting because as I talk to like my Black friends, there is this attachment with hair. I think it starts when we're really young. It's just a difficult thing to manage. And like some people's parents put perms in their hair, some people's parents keep it natural. And it's just like it gets tangly and you're brushing it out all the time. And it's just a whole thing. It's traumatizing. It's PTSD. It's just a Black woman's hair is like something that you just, I don't know. It's just, you see, I can't even explain it. Like I'm getting overwhelmed just talking about it. There's just so many things that go into it. You're not just waking up in the morning and it's just like, oh, perfect. Like there's always so much you have to do and so much work that goes into it and tender loving care, like all the things. Anyways, so I had been really focusing on getting its health back. And I wanted to, do a style that had some versatility. I was going to be in California. I wanted to put it up. I wanted to do like half up, half down. Sometimes with the wig, I don't think that, well, I think that is possible, but I'm not skilled enough to be able to do all those things. So I was like, okay, I know how to do it if my hair's in a straight state, say that 10 times fast. And then I also wanted some length and some more density. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do the tape-ins. Fine. I go to the salon. Also, if you follow me on socials, you already know this story. But if you don't, I'm just giving a brief synopsis of what happened. I went to the salon. I told them I wanted to do the tape-ins. I asked, am I a good candidate? I always ask questions first because I would rather you tell me, no, you're not a good candidate, and then don't even do the service and do something different. I'll just throw the wig on again. But she said, you know what? You're actually a good candidate. You have enough growth. Your hair is strong enough. Let's do the tape-ins. I said, cool. She showed me the extensions. The extensions were a little bit darker than my natural hair. My hair naturally has a little bit of ash to it, but because bundles are always like a natural black or like a dark natural brown, I always have to get it either custom colored, which I didn't have time for because again, I flew in on the same day, or I get like a little dark gloss over my natural hair. It's a semi-permanent. It washes out in like 8 washes and it matches the bundles. So I was like, okay, can you do the semi-permanent gloss? Put it over my hair. It takes like 5 minutes. You wash it out in the bowl and then it can match the bundle. She said, okay, great. I sit in the chair. Long story short, instead of putting a dark gloss on it, she used permanent blonde and peroxide on my hair. And it just stripped my hair of its like health. It was just dry, brittle. Certain parts were orange, it was a lot. It was a whole thing. I was so frustrated. They didn't handle the situation well. They made me feel like shit when I left. I was crying. And again, I know first world problems, it's hair, it'll grow back, all the things, but I was traumatized. And especially when you have things planned, you have a shoot planned, you're working with this brand, you can't go there looking like anything. Like, I don't know, I was frustrated, but the one good thing about having management and a team is that I called my manager immediately after I left the salon in tears, and she was like, okay, let's figure this out. She also reps one of my favorite, I wouldn't even call her an influencer. And I hate the word influencer. I'm going to call her an entrepreneur, a beauty mogul, a beauty OG. Her name is Miss Jackie Ana, and she has this stylist named TJ. My manager also manages her as well. So she was like, okay, Jackie has this really good stylist. Let me call him and see if he can get you in last minute. And she was able to get it done. I went in, I saw TJ. He was incredible and he's talented and he knows what he's doing. And I just feel very comfortable with him. So everything ended up working out. I slapped that wig on and then I did my photo shoot and then I drove. Did I fly? I got a car service all the way to Indian Wells, and I love Indian Wells. I love it because we get this house every single year. It's a beautiful house. We stay there with the team. It's just a good vibe. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but I want my YouTube to be very raw and authentic. So I'm going to share tea when I have tea. Francis fired his entire team at the end of last year because he wanted something new, something fresh. I was a little bit sad about that and not because of the tennis portion, but because of Miss Julie. Now, Julie was the wife of his old coach, and I used to have a time with Julie. Last year at Indian Wells, we would just hang out and have fun and get drinks, and it was just so nice. And I always looked forward to her coming to the tennis tournaments. So when he told me he was going to fire his entire team and get a new coach and all these different things, I was really sad because I was like, I'm going to miss my friend. Like, I'm not going to have my friend around anymore. But I must say, his new coach brought his wife to Indian Wells and we had a good time too. So I'm not as sad anymore. I still miss Julie. Julie, if you do watch this, love you, girl. It's just nice. I like when other women are around. Sometimes I have to be in the house with like 7 other guys and they're all great. It's a lot of fun. But sometimes you just want a woman around or a girl around just for like the girly things. Anyways, let's keep moving on because I feel like we need to get this recap flying. What happened? Oh yes, I hosted an Ayan's Aces suite with Lululemon in partnership with Lululemon. Oh guys, I also signed with Lululemon. This was the week that we announced it. So I signed with Lululemon and then I hosted a suite at the end of the tournament. I think it was for the women's semifinal. I had LA or California local talent, content creators, models, all the things come out. And I want to make this very clear. And I think this is the one good thing about YouTube is because it's long form, so you can really explain yourself. My sister asked me this the other day and I was like, you know what? I don't know if people really understand the mission or the differences in missions, because sometimes I have suites full of entertainers and celebrities and influencers. Again, I should stop using that word, content creators, and models and all that kind of stuff. And other times I have suites and tickets for people in the community that want to come to tennis tournaments. The difference being is that sometimes when I work with brands, they are open to supporting Ayan's Aces, but at the end of the day, the brands also want ROI. They want a return on their investment. Some brands don't care, but some brands do. And they're looking for this return on their investment because you also have to understand that they're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on this suites. At a lower level tournament, it could be, $20,000, $30,000. And then at slams, it could be like $50,000 to $100,000. So with the food and the drinks and the hospitality, the whole thing, it can be a lot of money. So they want to make sure that they're getting the most visibility for the brand. So I understand that. So for me, I still want to be pushing the message of bringing more women of color to the sporting event. And although sometimes I can't do it with people in the community, I still want to make sure that the suites that I have represent the end message and goal of Ayan's Aces. So that's why sometimes it's people in the community and sometimes it's people in the industry. But either way, even when it is people in the industry, I want to make sure that it is all women of color, because I think that even being able to showcase the sport on their platforms brings a different exposure and demographic to the sport, regardless of the fact that it's not just, people in the community that are able to come. I think I'm rambling a little bit. But anyways, it was a really incredible time. I got to see some, girls that I haven't seen in a while. I got to meet some new girls. I love seeing their outfits. I love to see them come and experience tennis for the first time. Half of it makes me nervous when they come and say that this is the first time they've been to a tennis tournament, because sometimes, I shouldn't say this, I'm going to say it. Sometimes the matches are boring. I think that there's a couple people that I am really excited to have play when I am hosting a suite, because they bring energy and they bring joy and they bring, this excitement to the game. Not everyone has that je ne sais quoi. So when it is a little bit of a slower match, I feel like I'm like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, just so people enjoy it, because I want them to come and be like, oh, I had a good time. That's the whole point of this, so that they like the sport, that they come on their own terms, that they want to showcase it and play it after and play with their friends. So Anyways, after Indian Wells, it was the Miami Open. And again, we were able to stay at home, which is always my favorite. I had a few partnerships and brand obligations before the tournament started. And then I flew to New York for 24 hours really quickly to speak on the Women's Empowerment panel, USTA's Women's Empowerment panel, and that was great. I came back. I hosted another IAN's ACES activation. I worked with the Miami Open to host over 250 women. It was fun. It was fun. It was super cold that day and it was rainy, but the girls still showed out. Also, guys, people were traveling from all over. I thought that it was just going to be local Miami girlies. I started talking to the girls and over 50% of them traveled. Flew in, drove in, Houston, Chicago, all these different places to come and attend. And my heart was so happy because what do you mean you flew out for this? Like, I get it because it's a good time and we have a lot of fun and I get it, but also I don't get it, and I do get it. Okay, this recap's getting really long. I think we need to speed through this. We did the whole Miami Open thing. I think this was one of my favorite outfit show outs for myself because I didn't work with anyone. I didn't ask for anyone's opinion. I just wore things that I thought were really IAN-esque. And it's funny, I when I started traveling a little bit, I was still playing myself. So I was always in athleisure. So I wasn't really focused on fashion. And then as I started coming a little bit more as a spectator and not, just in between tournaments or in between matches that I was playing, I was like, wait a second, I have extra time. I can actually throw a fit. I can start to figure out what my fashion sense is and what my fashion direction is. And funny enough, when I look back, I think I was trying to fit into the little mold of what tennis outfits should look like and what you should wear at a tennis tournament. I'm starting to realize that there is no cookie cutter formula for how you have to dress at a tennis tournament. You just need to be yourself. And this was the first time that I felt like I was really myself and I was throwing different outfits together and I made one outfit. My mom actually made me one of my outfits. She crocheted this 2-piece set. It was so cute. I was so proud of her. After Miami, I went to Houston for another tournament. Then I went to Palm Springs for a photo shoot with Lululemon. I shot Lululemon's French Open collection, their French Open kit. I love shooting tennis ads because I get to model, but also play tennis at the same time. And it's two things that I really love doing. So I always enjoy that. And then I went to Coachella, which was great. I went to some gifting suites, some events, and then the actual festival. Directly after Coachella, I stayed in California. I went back to Sonoma for another brand trip with Velocity Black. Velocity Black is a membership service, and it's a service that provides their members with exclusive access to events, restaurants, experiences. It was great. It was hosted by Janae Aiko. We did sound baths, ice baths, tea ceremonies. It was just really relaxing and it was a full reset. So I enjoyed that. Then I flew back to LA. Wow, I was in California for a while. I flew to LA to shoot some content for Kevin Hart's tequila brand. And then I went to Texas. And as I'm reading this out, I'm really realizing that I just kept going back and forth to all these different places. But I went to Texas. I went to the University of Houston to host a panel with Alandria. It was the Microsoft Windows campus tour. And it was great. We were able to speak with a bunch of the students at University of Houston about the social media industry, content creation, the business side of it, the fun side of it, the hard side of it. We were just able to have a really informative and real conversation with the students, and we did a Q&A after. And it was really nice because I first met Alandria at my suite at the US Open. And I think this was one of the reasons why I even wanted to do this initiative, because it's you bring women together, you have a good time, you interact, you bond, and that way everyone wins and everyone grows and everyone builds relationships. And that's the whole point. I want people to come to these suites and these tournaments and meet each other and then go and play tennis with each other after, go and create content together after, go and have dinner, have lunch, hang out, go for walks, just foster this community through sport. So anyways, it was really good. Even though we both come from very different avenues, we were able to have a very authentic, real, and informative conversation with the students, meet a lot of people. Yeah, that brings us all the way back to a couple days ago when I attended the Time 100 Gala, and they were showcasing people that were making huge differences in the world. And after all of that, we are back now in Florida. Home sweet home. Yummy. I'm vlogging today, Chef. What do we got? Delicious. Perfect.
So she leaving afterwards?
Now, the one thing about traveling so much, and this is a double-edged sword because while I am so grateful to receive all these things, I always come back to this craziness. So I thought we would do a little unboxing. I think half of the stuff is mine and half of the stuff is things that were sent to Francis. Let's get into it. Are you sure these are tennis balls? So this is a big discourse in the tennis world, especially on the ATP tour, because every single week they're using new balls and the guys are all complaining about getting injured because there's no consistency with the tennis balls and they're getting like elbow injuries and wrist injuries and all these different things. And then the other aspect is that obviously with tennis, there's different surfaces. There's indoor hard court, there's outdoor hard court, there's outdoor hard courts with altitude. There's clay, there's green clay, there's red clay, there's grass, there's some tournaments are on carpet. Like there's all these different factors that come into play and they use different balls for all of those as well. But I'm pretty sure these are for his training since he's going to Europe to play on red clay. And these are the balls that they will be using. So they like to practice with the same balls even when they're not there yet. So I will put these to the side for Francis to deal with. Okay, this is from Lululemon. This is for Francis. And then these trousers. I know a lot of the times you think Lululemon, you think of their athleisure and their matching sets and their leggings, but they are pushing hard in the lifestyle department and their stuff is really great and it's the same quality as, you know, their athleisure. So if you're looking for like a pair of trousers and you don't want to go to like Aritzia or I don't know who else has really good pants. I don't know, I get all my like these are like the effortless pants. And I have this in every single color. But now I'm starting to go to Lululemon because their quality is exactly the same, sometimes even better. Oh, it's the same collection, but the women's. Ooh, you got it in? This is Lululemon. That might be what Juliana wants. Oh, cute. This jacket has these slits or cutouts here. Ryan, stop laughing at me. I'm in my influencer face. So this is a zip up long sleeve and it comes with this crop top. And let's see what this is. Cool. Yeah. I was just saying on the vlog how they're moving into the lifestyle space and they're doing a good job. One thing about me, I love to customize my tennis rackets and they always have bright colors on the grips and the dampeners. Oh, this is from Crystal Pro.
This is?
Look.
Oh, that's tough.
Okay, so this is, oh, I have to send her a message. Francis actually, how did you even meet her?
So she DC DC Power with Jan owner.
Oh yes, so Francis went to a soccer game in DC and met this incredible woman named Crystal Renee. She is an actress and she's really, really nice. She came out to Miami to watch some of Francis's matches and she just came out with this collaboration with Ours, Unapologetic for Curls and Coils, and she sent me a package to try it out. I will absolutely be trying it out. Wow. I mean, her hair always looks really good, so I'm gonna ask her for, yeah, I'm gonna ask her for a tutorial on how to actually use it and her system, but I will definitely try that. Okay, this is from Velocity Black. I just went on a brand trip with them maybe 2 weeks ago, and they just sent me this box and they said, thank you, Ayan. We were so happy to share this experience with you, the VB team. They sent me Meta Oakley glasses. I didn't know Oakley partnered with Meta. Oh, these are cool. So Janae Eco came out with a brand called Genetics, all CBD infused. And this one is a body lotion with CBD in it. Is CBD, does that make you high? Who sent you soccer shoes?
No. DeAndre.
Who's DeAndre? It doesn't say his name on it, I don't think. Okay, well, I guess one of Francis's soccer friends sent him soccer cleats. When are you gonna wear these, so? All right, well, now we have some cleats at the house. Ooh, Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, this is like a dark red. These are pretty. This packaging reminds me of the little Polly Pocket makeup kits when I was younger. This is from Momentum. Okay, another dietary supplement. This is for hydration and metabolism. Oh, and I love these. It's these grapes that are covered in like sour sugar coating. We need to tell people, we have to tell them if it's something that's perishable, don't send it to us because we're not going to be able to do it. Yeah. Was it sent to me? Oh, it was sent for me. Well, that sucks, but I do like those, the Fruit Riot. They're really good. Very pretty. Pro Mix, what's that? Okay, electrolyte drink mix. So my team is well aware of the fact that I love Paula's Choice. Ooh, it's Kate Spade. Oh, pretty. We love Sunnies. Sunnies. And honestly, I'm super grateful to even be on PR lists because people are sending you product because they want you to try it. So they actually want to hear what you have to say about the product, or they want you to showcase it. And they want your feedback. So I love receiving new things that I can try out, but I also love when brands that I actually use send me product because then I don't have to buy it because I would buy it anyways because I'm obsessed with it and I love it. I'm rambling, I'm tired. Let me get these boxes in the garage and start organizing this stuff. I have a pretty intense weekend coming up with Diane's Aces. We're hosting our first golf event on Thursday, and then it's right into F1 activities this weekend. So I'm just chilling, guys. Like, Francis is at practice right now, and I think he just started an hour ago. He does like a 2.5 or 3 hour practice. So I'm going to go and check it out and just vibe out.